sacrificing.
Yep.
Yeah. Children go missing.
Sexual acts.
A lot of sacrifices.
Heavy energy.
Children go missing like at times.
The spring equinox.
Like around Halloween. Yeah.
But this time with the spring equinox,
Yeah, yeah.
the balance time of that. They do a lot of this time also.
Yeah.
You know? And so tying this in, that negative vibration is still out there. Who's willing to break themselves out of that because they're concerned and afraid and want to have discipline in their life to serve the Father. Okay? And starting with your own self-sacrifice in this life that you may win honor in the next life. Even if it means death. Okay? Yeah, bro.
That is.
So, we're going to switch gears. What was your full question? I know Brother mentioned about Melchizedek.
We was talking about Melchizedek this week.
Oh, yeah. So, so what I'm doing right now is just trying to get the breakdown. The brother was bringing me up to sniff about the reincarnation, and just wanted to know a little bit more about Melchizedek, because a lot of times in the book, I guess it don't go into a whole lot of detail about it, but the detail that do go in, it definitely would be parallel to what Yahweh Shai would be on, and just trying to get a little bit more understanding on where he give me a little bit more background on that.
Funny, I know I set it up. I believe I did it. I don't know if I actually did the video or not, but I had a video about the parallels of Yahweh Shai and Melchizedek. I also had him and Isaac and him and Adam in there. I don't think I got them all done. I'm going to try to get back to those slockers. But we know he was a high priest at the time of Abraham or Abram. And then when you go into to get the quick understanding, I'm going to say it that way, it's in Hebrews. So somebody go 5, 6, between like 5 and 8. We'll all come and go. 5 and 7.
It's Hebrews 5. I'm going to start here at 5.
If I had my phone, I probably still got the precepts that I used in there, but it's important.
Hebrews 5 and 5. It says, so also Yahweh Shai glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he said that, but he that said unto him, thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. As he saith also in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
So he was given that title, okay? That Melchizedek title was given to Yahweh Shai. And he opens up the priesthood from just being the Levites to being the priesthood. So we all will be kings and priests. As a nation, men will be kings and priests. So that's part of what Melchizedek was. Now, he wasn't known to have any parents. What's funny is the Christians don't ever think that that's the Immaculate Conception of Melchizedek, not with Jesus or Yahweh Shai, because he had two parents, Mary and Joseph. Right. They always get that part, they never think about that, but they're not making that correlation to that. But it's the same spirit. I'm trying to think where that spirit is. It's going to say it. Yeah, keep going.
This is verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications, with strong crying and tears unto him.
Because if you look at it, isn't that the same thing we pray to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai? The same thing we would go and get that same service unto the Levites to send our prayers up to the Father. Right. Well, he's now that high priest as after the order of Melchizedek.
To give sacrifice to atone for our sins.
Perfect.
Or,
It says, with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation.
So who's that talking about? Author of eternal salvation. That's talking about Yahweh Shai. But it's the same situation, the same setup that you would go to a high priest for. Right. That's what makes that beautiful, because now he opened it up to better promises and better sacrifices. Now you don't have to go, if you're a poor man, where you gonna get 2 rams and a she-goat for whatever, you know what I'm just saying, or turtle doves or whatever, that you would atone for whatever you did? Where would you get that from? Now it don't cost money to do it. It costs to make yourself a living sacrifice. It costs time, it costs faith, it costs repentance, you know, those things, and grace to get it right is there. And it's not about you getting your actions right as much as getting your mind right. So I'm just tying that into what that does, but you want to know more about the men, right?
Well, for me, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just, for me, it's just Melchizedek. I can understand more or less the parallels.
Yeah.
But now, like you said, we finna go to Adam.
Yep.
We finna go into King Solomon.
Yep.
It was just kind. It was rough for me to kind of digest that because of we putting them in a state where they messing up bad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting there,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean?
I did like 2 of the videos. I can show you 2.
Okay.
So you know, that would, because those are kind of, the other one I think it's like 1 or 2 more. I don't remember. I think I was gonna put the last pieces into the last video. I just, the other stuff been going on, but yeah, I think I got a couple of those up on my page though. So I'll try to find them and shoot them over to you. And yeah, but they're out there though. Those videos are out there. But I just did it representing recently. But the point is, when you look at Adam, let's tap into Adam right quick. Somebody go to first. I'm just hit like one scripture, kind of to tie these people in. Adam is 1 Corinthians 15.
It's 1 Corinthians 15, and
then was it Colossians? We're talking about Yahweh Shai.
Colossians 1.
Yeah, Colossians 1.
This is the order of resurrection. 1 Corinthians 15 and 20.
Yeah, 20.
But I have to read that.
Then down to 40.
Okay.
You're gonna jump to 40.
Yeah, okay. Verse 20. But now is Hamashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept.
Yeah, so he was the first to live, but as Adam, but he was also the first to be resurrected. So he's always going before everybody. That's just kind of something to put together. Hop in whenever you got it.
For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead.
Yeah, when I believe I brought up Romans, I'm forgetting where all these are at. But basically, it said, Adam, what has, I think it's in Sirach or something like that. Adam, what hast thou done? Your death came by you by one, but it was open unto many. So he had to go first to open up life by one, his one, Yahweh Shai. So that ties him and Adam together. Because Adam sinned through Eve and the serpent, but through Yahweh Shai, and then jump to that other verse in something with first man Adam, which is 1 Corinthians 15.
Okay, that's the.
Yeah, you got it.
Jump up.
Get up. No, it's towards 40.
40?
47, 40.
After 40.
46 or something maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Verse 47 in 1 Corinthians 15:47. The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven.
Yep.
As in the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as for the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
What's the earthly that we bear the image of? Adam, right? But we're going to bear the image of Yahweh Shai in time to come. Once the twinkling of an eye is going to get to happens. When he, after his 40 days, when he came back after the death. Right?
1 Corinthians 7 and 6 says, but to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom all are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahweh Shai, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Yep. So, and that shows you that he was there at the very beginning. There's another precept that says it too. At the very beginning, he was there creating all of this with the angels. And you go back to Genesis 1. I wanted all of that, I recall, or at least a precept, and I wrote it down.
I want to read this because I think that you're thinking that, Yahweh Shai, when he came back, he atoned for his own sins, so that's why he had to, also the sins of the nation. But he didn't as far as reincarnation, we don't remember who we were in those former lives. But he had to atone for the sins of Adam, Solomon.
Isaac didn't talk about the sins, but
but Isaac or Solomon.
Yep.
So he had to, atone for those sins. He knew that he had that was his lot.
Yep.
And I'll read this real quick. Ecclesiastes 1:11. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of the things that are to come with those that shall come after.
Yep.
Meaning that we don't remember.
We're not meant to remember that. We're just meant to kind of go through it. And then as things come in our spirit, we're supposed to pick up on it. He has certain purposes for certain lives. As all dominions were, that's the one I want. Was that correct?
Let me say something.
You got it, bro.
Yahweh Shai is a different case.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't remember our past. But Yahweh Shai, this is the same Yahweh Shai that told those wicked Jews, he said, your fathers rejoice to see my day. Remember that? And then he said, he was referring to Abraham. He said, somebody find out, I think it's in John 8. Why would Yahweh Shai say what he says right there? John 8, like around 56, 57.
Let's start at verse 54. St. John chapter 8, verse 54. Yahweh Shai answered, if I honor myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father that honoreth me, of whom ye say that he is your power. Yet ye have not known him, but I know him. And I say, and if I should say, I know him not, I shall be a liar like unto you. But I know him and keep his saying. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad.
How could he say that when he was how many generations after Abraham? He would. The average person, and especially the Jews he was talking to, that would have just went straight over their head. Like, what the hell you mean? They look at and you gonna know that they was being simple and they didn't understand what he was trying to say, because the next is gonna say what their statement was when they replied to him. Like, you ain't even 50 years old and you talking about Abraham rejoice to see your day. What? Go ahead.
Verse 57. Then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham?
That was a long time ago.
Right.
Yahweh Shai said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Why did he say that? That's why certain things can only be revealed unto you by way of the Spirit. So the things that when the Lord was questioning and picking their brain, and he would ask them certain questions, he would see which one of them is in the Spirit. And the Lord said, flesh and blood have not revealed unto you the things that which you seek, but from my Father which is in heaven. So these concepts that we be talking about, like reincarnation, it's not for everybody.
I got a quick.
But Melchizedek, just break the name of Melchizedek, just break that down. Malak Tazadak, King of Righteousness.
Isaiah 9, 6. All his titles. I think it is Isaiah 9 and 6. Because we'll get it.
And what was the name of the city that he was king of? Shalom, which means what? Peace.
He's also known as the Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace.
I think I brought all that.
King of Righteousness, the Prince of Peace.
Yep.
Everlasting Father.
Everlasting Father.
They couldn't find nothing wrong with him. He didn't do anything, right? They couldn't find no fault in him. Right?
No. Couldn't find anything. But Melchizedek, he foreshadowed the eternal priesthood that was going to come. Levi was basically paying tithes to Melchizedek through Abraham.
Yeah, I got the account.
Levi wasn't even. He was in it. Levi was in his scrotum.
And Levi
back
was.
then.
He had to still go through Isaac and through Jacob before he
Levi
got to
wouldn't
Levi.
come for generations after that. Before the Lord, brought forth the priesthood.
I was gonna say something about that verse. Before Abraham. Why would he say before Abraham? And he was the son of Abraham, as Isaac. Why would he say that? Because he wanted him to understand. I got the knowledge from all the way back.
And he was there.
This is heavy, bro. Like, this is heavy.
Abraham paid tithes to him.
Yeah. And we're paying tithes with all of this. This is another sense of that same priesthood being passed on.
And he was the
when
one.
people come to us, we offer up.
He was the one in the ship that lasered the law to us.
Yeah. Going back to Exodus the 23rd chapter. It speaks about that angel, capital A. It says, and follow him, listen to him. And I was speaking of Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai got a bunch of cameos.
Yeah.
And he's all throughout. They do.
The book is written of him, right? That's what it's gonna say. Real quick, hit that Matthew 1 and 1.
Matthew 1 and chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the son of David, the son
wait. Who is the son of David? Solomon. Go ahead.
Chosen son.
Yeah.
He had multiple sons.
Exactly.
He had
We know the one we talking
chosen
about.
son.
You got it?
the son of David, the son of Abraham.
Son of Abraham. Right? So that shows you, that those are his incarnation. But then the next verse, it goes into that he wasn't the son of Abraham. It tells us Isaac begat. Wait, we're talking about Yahweh Shai. How you gonna say Abraham begat Isaac? Right after that. Well, that's showing you that's that incarnation right there too. And then as I had this brother holding, or I had you holding.
Yeah, Colossians.
Yeah, go to Colossians and then go to Genesis.
Colossians 1 and I believe it's 15. Who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature?
So that's tied into Adam.
For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him.
They said thrones or dominions, but who gave out dominion? Go to Genesis 27 and 36, 38, somewhere there.
Genesis 27 and I'll start at verse 37.
Yep.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and have all his brethren, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, with corn and wine, and have sustained him. And what shall I do unto thee, my son?
So he gave a dominion unto Jacob, sticking it with the blessing. Go ahead.
And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion.
Thou shalt have dominion. He gave him dominion right here too. But Yahweh Shai has the power to do dominion. That's what we're talking about. Adam had it, the first spirit had it. We're talking about that Adam, all the way down to Yahweh Shai having that same dominion. That's why I read the first man Adam is of the earth, the second man Adam is of the heaven. But this is talking about him giving out dominion, and he gave it out as Isaac. See it?
And thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck.
Right. So that's why it ties into that. But if you think about how important that is, that changes the whole course of the earth. You can't just get that to any old body. You don't really see a lot of power like that given to an average man to change the course of the earth. Yahweh Shai always had that. That's why he suffered the stripes that he did, because he set all this up. Well, it was given to him to set all this up, under the Father's blueprint. So how would we act if we were given that type of dominion? Go and F up the world.
Well,
and get this nigga Esau all the power to fuck up, and then take the sins of your people that are hard-headed on you in the same. Well, we couldn't handle all that.
yeah, how could we handle that without the scriptures, without the wisdom of the scriptures?
And the best part was, and that's something that always comes to mind when I think about it, not until Yahweh Shai do you see that the Spirit was dwelling with him to make him perfect, to be able to withstand and deal with all of that. Which that's why that opened up the second covenant for us to have it written in us. He had it written in him as Yahweh Shai. Isaac wasn't perfect, he died. Solomon wasn't perfect, he died. You know, Adam wasn't perfect, he died. So all of them situations, but when you get to Melchizedek, he was just there to open up the priesthood. It didn't even have him linked to a lineage, which opened up the lineage of priesthood to all the Israelites. So he was the progenitor of all these situations that he first suffered in, but then he also was the first to step out on all those things.
And him opening of the priesthood allowed us to do what we're doing right now.
Because we really shouldn't be doing this if we were under the old law. Only a Levite, whoever's a Levite, could be out here. Truthfully, I mean, there were other prophets that were before that, but I'm just saying that's really who was the priest of this situation. So
he was the first king that was a priest.
Yeah, Melchizedek. Yeah. So that was the quick version of all of that. If there's another follow-up question that we can tap into, we can get it. Unless anybody got something else to add on there.
Yeah, we can shut down.
I'll try to, cause I don't think I did the last video. Yeah. I gotta find out which one was the last one. I gotta go see what I did do. Okay. Cause I know I got to a couple of them. One of them I did like in a day, the next one I like a couple days later, then I got distracted with other stuff. But I'm gonna try to get back to it and see which one is still missing. But then I'll shoot them.
So with that, we'll give all honor, all praise, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKadosh.
Give honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the elect. We're going to say shalom.
Shalom.